on the 3rd of April, when the Gorakhnath temple was attacked in UP, some political parties actually came out and gave the attacker a benefit of doubt. Tonight, the investigators claim there is an ISIS link to the attack. So are those people still in denial tonight? Let's debate.
7 p.m. on April 3rd, watch this attack at the Gorakhnath Mutt in Gorakhpur. A blow-by-blow account in this video as the attack and every frame is captured. Watch the attacker as he runs towards policemen outside the temple in Gorakhpur. He then attacks policemen outside the temple. He lunged at them. There was panic at the Gorakhnath Mutt. People were seen running. The attacker even pinned down the police to the ground and continued with his attack. Another video from the Gorakhnath Mutt showed Murtaza Abbasi, an IIT graduate, resident of Gorakhpur, holding a machete, raining blows on anyone and anything in his way. And this was the audio captured on the video. 1 month since the attack on the Gorakhnath temple, it appears the accused Ahmad Murtaza Abbasi was in contact with ISIS terrorists via social media platforms.
अभियुक्त विभिन्न सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स जैसे फेसबुक, ट्विटर, टेलीग्राम आदि के माध्यम से आईएसआईएस फाइटर्स एवं आईएसआईएस सिंपैथाइजर्स के संपर्क में था। उक्त अभियुक्त वर्ष 2014 में बेंगलोर पुलिस द्वारा गिरफ्तार आईएसआईएस प्रोपेगेंडा एक्टिविस्ट मेहदी मसरूर विश्वास से भी अपने सोशल मीडिया अकाउंट्स के माध्यम से संपर्क में था।
The police say Ahmad Murtaza Abbasi was in touch with ISIS terrorists since 2014, and the attacker even took oath in ISIS in 2013. He was inducted in 2014. The attacker was so radicalized. Watch this video when he had zero regret.
पुलिस इन्वेस्टिगेशन में डर रही है, किस चीज़ का कोई बात हुई है, कोई इंसिडेंट नहीं, तो मेरे पापा कह रहे थे कि क्या है, सोचो कुछ भी हो गया, मतलब प्राइवेट हो गया या कुछ भी सोचो, हमारे पिछली शादी हो गई, कुछ केसेस किया है, क्या सोचो दिमाग लगा रहे हैं क्या।
In the year 2022, an attack like the one carried out in Gorakhpur was given a benefit of doubt. Some political parties questioned Murtaza's state of mind. It's time for these terror sympathizers to wake up to the facts at hand. Let's debate.
First, let me check with people accept radicalization. Charu Pragya of the BJP. Let me open the debate with Ratnakar Tripathi and you on the debate. Charu, can you hear me, Charu? Yeah, okay. No. I don't think the audio is going through.
Yes, I can hear you.
Can. So do you think Ratnakar Tripathi, Congress Party, Samajwadi Party, all these people, you know, who are in denial will accept now because there's a clear ISIS link that has been found to the Gorakhnath attack, and they tried to dismiss it as a stray incident, you know, and they were attacking everybody who was questioning it. We said it is an example of the jihadi mindset of radicalization. Then everybody said, no, you're overhyping it, right? So, Charu, do you think the Congress and others will accept the radicalization behind this kind of ISIS plot at Gorakhnath?
See, I think first of all, being a terrorist is bad. But what is worse is being a terror sympathizer. What is worse is finding reasons to excuse the terrorist, whether it is talking about his humble background, whether it is talking about his high education. I think a terrorist is just that and full stop. And if so many political parties, if so many journalists did not glorify that, our country would be in a much better place. It's sad actually when political parties, especially opposition parties, jump in to defend a person who's wielding a sword, who is actually injuring our policemen, who's attacking a temple and who's very proudly saying that I wanted to do this because I want to leave a mark in the world of Muslims. It's very clear what he's trying to do. He's radicalized, his thoughts are clear, his statements are clear. He's making his own video and admitting to his guilt. And what do a lot of Indians do? they protect him. They find a way
Yeah.
to shield him from the worst of our, whether it is the police or it is the court. And that
Yeah.
is terrible. And I want to repeat it, and I want to say this again. Being a terrorist is bad.
No, but they
Being
didn't
a
even
terrorist
they didn't even
sympathizer
think, they didn't
is
even,
worse. The
no,
absolute worst.
they didn't call him a terrorist. They refused to. Let me tell you, Charu, to be very specific on this, when the Gorakhnath attack happened,
Yes, absolutely.
because
So
some
that is-
people, they hate
that
Yogi
is-
Adityanath, and because they hate Yogi Adityanath, they will even justify an attack near the Gorakhnath temple. And if Republic talks about it, if Smita Prakash talks about it, they'll say, oh, you know, Smita Prakash, you're a right-winger and things like that. Question is, they justified the attack. What did they say? This poor little cute IIT graduate, poor little sickle-waving assailant, poor fellow out of a job, must have had some minor relationship issues, must have had a little bit of a nervous breakdown, and so what if he carried out a little bit of an attack? So what if it happened outside the Gorakhnath temple? It is no big deal. This was the narrative. No, don't laugh, Ratnakar Tripathi. This is how the lobby presents things, you know. And then they think people will get fooled. Right? And Smita, now they now this,
laughing. I am not laughing, Dr. Goswami. I am
You
just
look-
thinking that
thinking what?
you are a master in making mockery of people.
Mockery?
Master
Who am I
of
mocking?
making mockery of people.
Who am I? I'm saying
Nobody
that.
said that cute person.
No, they
he
said
is educated.
Of course.
He is educated. So why should we say that he is not educated?
No. They
He's
said.
not from IIT Mumbai.
Okay, so I tell you one thing.
And
I'll give you.
He is talking to the police person or
No, one second. They said from an IIT
okay,
graduate.
give me time, then I will speak.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you one thing. They try to disguise him as an IIT graduate having a few issues. And they actually said this is not an act of terrorism. The guy just went a little, crazy. No big deal. This was the presentation, Smita. Now he's denying it. Wasn't this the presentation of this? This was the like Burhanwani, Burhanwani, bright boy, poor little bright boy, son of a school principal, could have been our best friend, person like us, and bad Indian army, bad Modi government killed him. This is the presentation, it's a fact.
Yeah. In fact, I mean, it's somewhat like that Biswas, that Mehdi Masroor Biswas, who was arrested by Bengaluru police in 2013 or 2014, I think, or maybe after that, because he, just like he was also an IIT graduate, or he was an engineer or something like that, electrical engineer, if I'm not mistaken. Father also an engineer, 2 sisters, introvert, always into his computer. So,
poor fellow.
introvert seems to be a reason enough that, socially inept at managing relationships.
Yeah.
So obviously he's tender and he's vulnerable. So he gets radicalized and
poor
wants
thing.
to join the ISIS.
Yeah.
I can't understand what it is about this vulnerability of engineers and doctors that makes them social misfits and they become very vulnerable. Just like this Murtaza chap. He seems to
there's
cleared IIT in the first attempt. So what a brilliant guy.
Yeah.
And his father is a lawyer. Uncle is a doctor.
Yeah.
So, he cleared IIT in the first attempt. So he's so brilliant that he joins ISIS.
Yeah.
That he sends he sends messages in Arabic language. All of a sudden goes to Saudi Arabia, gets self-radicalized. But, look at him. He's taken the IIT exam in the first attempt itself.
Yeah.
So this refusal to accept that the ideology that is pulling these people is so strong that regardless, they are not coming from any deprived, poverty-stricken background. They have been exposed to the same kind of better education than many of us. They have had opportunities much better than all of us. But then what happens to them? Somewhere this ideological leaning that is like a magnet that pulls them towards this ideology that makes them so backward.
No, they'll also say there's something terribly wrong with us. The argument follows like this. The next level of that argument is there is something really wrong with India. It's a majoritarian state. See, BJP comes to power. Prime Minister Narendra Modi comes in. As long as BJP is in power, then terrorist attacks will happen. The fact is
what about the attack in Ayodhya? You don't want to talk about that? The 4
Which one?
mosques that were attacked in Ayodhya 3 days
I
ago.
want to talk about that. Can I
By
talk?
Mahesh Kumar
Can I talk? I
Mishra.
want to talk about that. Can I talk?
Brahmins.
Can I talk? You said you don't want to. I said I want to. I want to talk. I want to talk about it. Now you won't let me talk about it.
Not just one mosque.
I want to talk
They
about
attacked
it.
4 mosques.
I want to attack.
They're not radicalized.
I want
They're
to.
not
I want to talk
terrorists.
about it. I want to
But
talk.
if your name is Muhammad and not Mishra, you're a terrorist. If your name is Muhammad and not
What
Mishra,
a
your
out-of-date
house
argument you are putting, you
Your
know.
house will be demolished. If
Sushil,
your
what
name
a
is
out-of-date
Muhammad,
argument he's presenting,
not
you know.
Mishra.
At least-
Smita Prakash will not call you a terrorist.
Smita
If your name is
Prakash,
Muhammad,
you
not
got a problem, you know.
Mishra.
Smita didn't even
Arnab
acknowledge, speak to
Goswami
you.
will say you're not a terrorist.
You're talking to Smita, she's not speaking to you, she's not responding to you. Why do you assume what she's saying? And by the way, as far as Ayodhya happened, I think Sushil Pandit, the Yogi government acted very quickly
What
and
acted
arrested
quickly?
7 people and put NSA on them. He doesn't want to talk about it. He doesn't want to talk about
Their
it.
houses have not
He
been
doesn't want to talk
bulldozed.
about it, Sushil.
Their houses have not
Arnab,
been
it all
bulldozed.
started about 15 years back
Jahangir Puri,
when
you demolished houses.
the next
Jahangir
girl
Puri,
next
you
door from
demolished
Mumbra,
houses. But you don't want to
Ishrat
demolish the
Jahan,
houses
who was part of a Lashkar module,
You don't want to
was
demolish.
normalized as a girl
I've heard
next
you're
door
crying for
from
15
Mumbra.
years. All right.
Likewise,
you
the
don't want to
Glasgow
demolish the
bombers,
house of
Sabil
Mishra.
Ahmed.
You don't want to demolish
Abhishek,
the
let
house of
Sushil-
a Pandit.
Normalized.
Huh?
Abhishek.
You don't want to demolish the house of a Pandit.
These are past masters
You
at
won't
this
demolish
stage.
the house of a Pandit. But
As you
will
know,
demolish the house of a
The
Pandit.
20-year-old
That is your
Ishrat
toxic
Jahan
ideology.
was
That is
called
your toxic
Bihar ki
ideology.
beti and was also normalized as the girl next door from Mumbra. Then Glasgow bombers from Bangalore were again normalized. And when this bomber was hauled up, our Prime Minister, the then Prime Minister, could not sleep.
Is a terror accused who's in
Do you
parliament.
remember?
Speak about Charu Pragya. I'm sorry, speak about Pragya Thakur. not Charu Pragya.
Charu Pragya? What has Charu Pragya done? Sushil.
He's all getting mixed up.
He's getting mixed up. He's getting mixed up. I don't know why he's taking it personally. One is Charu is on the debate. Charu.
Come in and make one very
It's a
important
Freudian
valid
slip.
point.
Yeah,
Speak
yeah,
about your
yeah, yeah.
namesake. Your
Okay,
namesake
I just
who said
wanted to
Hemant
say this, you know,
Karkare
this
should have
entire
been- Your
narrative,
namesake who
this
said it's
entire
good Hemant
narrative which is
Karkare died.
floated, which basically says
namesake
that
who worships
the
Godse.
poor people of the minority
Your
take the
namesake who
wrong
worships
route because they are
Godse.
misguided.
Who says it's
The
good
poor
Godse
people of
killed
the
Gandhi.
minority have no
Who
access
says
to
it's
better
good
education,
Kasab
that's
killed
why they
Hemant
know no
Karkare?
better.
Who says it's
That
good the
myth has
terrorists
been
killed
broken
Hemant
today
Karkare?
and
Arey,
nobody
aap log
can
Hindu
deny
nahi
this.
hai. You all are not Hindu.
So hang on,
You all
I'm
are
trying to make a
disgrace.
point. Will you please
You all are a
listen to this and
disgrace
then
to the
defend
Hindu
this?
community. The Brahmin Baniya Janata Party is a disgrace to Hinduism. You people are upper caste.
Okay, now all this is not
Yes,
making
yes.
sense to me because that's not the
Yeah,
topic
that-
of the debate
I
at
mean,
all.
please
right?
speak on Pragya
And if you
Thakur.
can listen to the point I'm trying to
Please,
make,
I just-
then talk your way out of it.
I just
No,
want
don't
to know
get
for
Pragya
viewers
Thakur.
from you.
Listen to
Viewers,
what
I
I'm
just
trying to
one
say.
minute,
The
pardon me, please.
entire
Charu, before you come
narrative,
in, viewers, I'm taking a poll tonight, and you can use the same hashtag to say.
Yeah.
My question
And
to you
your
tonight is,
polls are
viewers,
rigged,
do
by the way.
you believe that Abhishek Sudhi's
All your
personal
polls are
attacks, first without any provocation on Smita, second after that, now on Charu, do you think this is adding to the quality of the debate? My question is to you, ladies and gentlemen, please let me know.
What about the casteist comment?
Your
What about the
elections and the
casteist comment? What
elections in
wrong
Russia
have
are the same
Brahmins
man.
and Banyas done? Why are you against two particular castes?
Why don't you
What is
speak
it-
about Mahesh Kumar
what is
Mishra?
it about two particular
Why don't you
castes?
speak about Mahesh Kumar Mishra?
No, 1
You have the
minute.
courage
Why are you
to call
attacking
Mahesh Kumar
first?
Mishra a terrorist?
Why are you
Do
attacking
you
two
have the
castes?
courage
Why are
to
you
call
making
Mahesh
casteist
Kumar Mishra
comments?
terrorist?
Why
Do
are
you
you
have the
making
courage to call
casteist
Mahesh Kumar
comments?
Mishra
It's
terrorist?
not enough for you to attack
Is
religion,
Mahesh
then you
Kumar
make
Mishra
casteist comments.
terrorist? Is Mahesh Kumar Mishra terrorist? He attacked
Why are
four
you
mosques.
going after
Is
Brahmins
Mahesh
and
Kumar
Banyas
Mishra
as castes?
terrorist?
Are you saying that these
Is
two
Mahesh
parties,
Kumar Mishra
these two
terrorist?
castes
That's
do
my
not
question.
have any right to be part of a
man
political
named
system?
Mishra attacked 4 mosques.
1
man
minute,
named
do
Mishra
not talk
attacked
about
4
individuals.
mosques.
You
Is he a
spoke
terrorist?
about two particular castes.
Yeah,
What
why?
is
Yes, I
wrong about two particular
Yes, I did.
castes?
As a slur,
All the
as a
people
slur.
attacked the mosques
You-
were
You
us.
referred to two castes as a slur,
Yes.
and I
Yes.
think to abuse anyone on the basis of their caste is, I
No.
think, an
You should take that
antediluvian
up with the
medieval
RSS.
practice I did not
You
expect
should
from
take that up
someone
with the
who
Rashtriya
claims to have an
Savarna Sangh.
education. Now,
You should take that up with the
can I
Rashtriya
continue on the
Savarna Sangh.
debate? Can I continue on the debate? It's a very serious debate. You see, what is my point here? My point here is that what has come out is very serious. Said the Salbas, can I get 30 seconds, please? This man was very dangerous, first of all. And this is not a story. He has transferred lakhs of rupees to ISIS supporters in the United States and in Europe. First of all, Pathikrit Pai, right? So, and he was planning to do something by his own admission bigger. He wanted to snatch the rifles of the police outside the temple. This has been going on since 2013. He became part of an outfit which became part of the larger ISIS. He took the pledge for the ISIS outfit in 2020. He started transferring money to ISIS in Europe and in the USA. Now, and he was planning to do something bigger. My point being, and Abbas goes first and then Pathikrit, my point being, the presentation by a section of the media that he was just a young man from IIT who had a meltdown on one day is proven to be wrong. The whole presentation in the media was IIT grad accused of attack appears before court. Just look at the terminology, the way of the player was. IIT grad was out of a job. No. An IIT grad was out of a job. In other words, almost blaming the government of India that an IIT grad does not have a job. You get my point? But I'm saying, Syed, we should not think people are stupid that they can't understand the play of words here.
Okay, Arnab.
Now,
first and foremost, I'd like to answer this. Certainly, I'm glad that you've brought out what the certain level of romanticization which happens from the Latvians media. The same reason I do not choose to appear on their channels. First and foremost, those romanticizing, I do not agree with it. Address a terrorist as a terrorist. When I was on your debate, I did the same. I condemned this act. And then later we speak on this. Be it a Mishra of the Ayodhya attacker or a Gorakhnath temple, these people are of one equivalence. The only caste or a religion that they have is of a terrorist. Also, my friend Charu Pragya, the BJP spokesperson, mentioned about terror and terror sympathizer. I'm very glad that she addressed us, Sadhvi Pragya Singh Thakur. Why? Because she is a terror sympathizer of Nathuram Godse. She worships Nathuram Godse. So, Ms. Charu Pragya, is Sadhvi Pragya Singh Thakur, is she a terror sympathizer? Yes or no?
He wants to discuss everything but the subject. Was this person a terrorist?
And I have not
is this person she wants to respond. She wants to respond to you.
See, so first of all, your entire narrative is built on taking one name repeatedly instead of discussing the problem at hand. I just want to make a very valid point. This entire story, I'm getting there. The entire narrative that you said by saying, बिचारे को पढ़ने का मौका नहीं मिला, बिचारा minority community से आता है, बिचारे का परिवार बड़ा humble है, ये बिचारा. This story has been busted millions of times. This story has been busted by every single ISIS member coming out and talking about a great education from fantastic institutions. So it just goes on to show that brainwashing youngsters is not limited to people coming from a particular background. Brainwashing youngsters happens at every single level. So there is something fanatic about the ideology you follow. I am answering it. Are you willing to listen to an answer? Or is the answer to every problem in our country today is taking Sadhvi Pragya's name? She has been selected by a due democratic process by the citizens of our country. Are you calling Indian voters unwise? No, I am asking you a simple question. Are you calling Indian voters unwise? Are you calling Indian voters unwise? Do you know more than the voters of this country?
I'll put it more directly. I think the time has come when this debate was become very direct, and if some people don't like it, so be it. But here's my question.
Abbas,
would the response...
Not sympathizer, terror accused. She's undergoing trial for terrorism. She's a terror accused. A terror accused is a member of parliament. What kind of Hindus are all of you, man? Do you all want this person to represent our religion? Have you all lost your sanity? A terror accused is a member of parliament. Somebody who's undergoing trial for terrorism is a member of parliament. You are saying she's a representative of my religion? You think she's a Hindu?
You know, right, that the pseudo
Abhishek is having a meltdown.
He's also out on bail. You are aware of that, are you not?
What action did Modi take?
Are you aware of the fact that most of the Gandhis are currently out on bail? Do you know that? And do you consider yourself wiser than the voters of our country?
What action did Modi ji take?
Nothing. Modi cried. He shed crocodile tears.
No action.
He shed crocodile tears. He said, I'll never forget Pragya Thakur.
Modi ji does not take an action on terror sympathizers.
See, Arnab,
no, 1 second, I'm coming in. I think I'll tell you viewers why I remain quiet. Many people are asking me, 1 minute, somebody just messaged me and told me, why are you keeping quiet when these two people are agreeing with each other and are, for the last 4-5 minutes are talking? I said that I always believed in the concept of an echo chamber. It's just that it is being publicly discussed, shown on TV right now. There is an echo chamber, ladies and gentlemen, at the bottom right of my screen. Two people who are going crazy agreeing with each other.
The
Congratulations.
way the country is going, we'll have gas chambers in India, not echo chambers. We'll have gas chambers.
Now, if you stop being the only one laughing at your own poor jokes, I'd like to continue. I'd like to continue. I'd like to continue. I'd like to continue. My question being tonight, Pathikrit, would the lobby have stayed silent or looked at it this way, the way they look now, if the accused had a different name and the location of the attack was not a Hindu temple of worship? Or if the attacker had claimed to be inspired by a Kalicharan Maharaj instead of a Zakir Naik. Let's be very straight today. Then they would have said saffron terrorism, Hindus, majoritarian state. Today they don't know how to react. Their poor little IIT grad is being linked to the ISIS. They're in a state of complete shock. Yes, Pathikrit, take it from there.
Arnab, there is a well-established document called Engineers of Jihad, the curious connection between education and violent extremism by Diego Gambetta and Stephen Hartog, where they say there's a disproportionately high number of Islamist radicals come from engineering background. Number two, when it comes to lone wolf attacks, it has been happening for a long period of time in Europe and United States. One has to be blind not to look at it. Third, this lone wolf attack has been a modus operandi of ISIS for a long period of time, and they use self-radicalization. They ask their members to find their own weapons, find their own target, do it. And that is the problem this country is facing. So this country is facing three things: drug syndicates, devastating the society. Can you please shut up? My name is Pathikrit. Your name is not Pathikrit. Please speak when your time comes. Don't barge in like an ISIS terrorist. Please have sanity and give me time.
Let me tell you.
There are three things that we are facing. Drug syndicates,
please speak after him.
number two, lone wolf terror attacks, number three, orchestrated anarchy. And one of the reasons that you have so many lone wolf attacks that are happening is because of unprecedented crackdown that this country has seen by the government of India on organized terror syndicates. So the organized terror syndicates are getting dismantled. And terror organizations are resorting to lone wolf attacks. So the presumption that IIT education gives you a character certificate is a false notion. Terrorism has nothing to do with education.
One minute.
Was an engineer. And last but not the least, this shadow boxing, this secularist, pseudo-secularist terrorism.
I want to give an example. I want to give an example. I want to give an example that will. I want to give an example out here, please, if I may come in. You see what happened, Ratnakar Tripathi. The Samajwadi Party, Ratnakar Tripathi. Let me tell you the approach issue, Ratnakar Tripathi with the Samajwadi Party. Two terrorists, Ratnakar Tripathi from the Al-Qaeda, they were arrested. They were arrested. Okay, in July last year, they were arrested. When they were arrested, Akhilesh Yadav said, Ratnakar Tripathi, Akhilesh Yadav then said, I don't trust the Uttar Pradesh police.
If you have a problem with Abhishek Sudhir, why are you dragging in poor Akhilesh?
He
has nothing to do with this debate.
I'm talking to Ratnakar Tripathi. Where did you come in?
I'm on the screen. So, why are you attacking Akhilesh Yadav? Yogi Adityanath is the CM. If there are attacks happening
exhibiting
on
very strange
shouldn't
behavior.
those same people have their houses bulldozed?
I'm asking Ratnakar Tripathi, the Akhilesh Yadav then said that I don't trust the UP police because two Al-Qaeda terrorists were caught. Now the question in context being that it is very necessary in my view for political leaders to understand that when it comes to issues of security, like the arrest of the terrorists linked to Al-Qaeda, right, who were planning serial blasts, by the way, in Lucknow ahead of Independence Day. And I had said at that time that on these issues, political parties must apply their mind before they speak.
BJP form a government?
Now, therefore, now this skepticism, this political parties adding a tinge of skepticism to actions on terrorists only emboldens terrorists.
Are they not
I'm talking about it in the context of, you see, if the message goes clearly that there is no support to terrorism, then the response will be different. But if people like this Al-Qaeda, if people like the ISIS terrorists now, who attacked the Gorakhnath temple, would have known that the Al-Qaeda terrorists had got no political support in July, instead of Akhilesh Yadav coming and saying, I don't trust the UP police. You will happily trust a terrorist sympathizer, but you won't trust the police. This is bizarre. And I'm giving an example, because that's what happened in July. Ratnakar Tripathi. You can't communalize terrorism, you can't politicize terrorism. I've only given an example. I don't know why he's getting so worked up. Yes. Why? Ratnakar Tripathi, the question is to you.
No, nobody, no. The
BJP PDP alliance.
Yes, nobody sympathizes with the terrorists. But it's your free will to label anyone the terrorist sympathizers or terrorist promoters. There are two types of person. Like, she evaded the question whether Pragya Thakur is a terrorist sympathizer or not. She said she was has been elected with the electoral of the India. So, what about the SP, BSP, Congress and other parties whom you label terrorist sympathizers? Thousands of MLAs and many MPs have been elected by the electoral of India from Samajwadi Party, Congress and other parties whom you label terrorist sympathizers. So what will she say about it?
Can I ask you a question?
One thing very clearly, Dr. Goswami.
Can I ask you a question?
I have please let me speak.
Can I ask you a question?
That you don't let me speak. My friends say that you don't let me speak on the channel.
They are not your friends who tell you these lies.
Say it's not like that.
Those who say such things are not your friends. They are lying to you.
Okay.
Continue. I'm in a good mood. Yeah. No problem. Even Abhishek can't put me in a bad mood today. Yeah. Continue.
Now let me tell you one thing. No, Abhishek Sudhir just abused me, the Brahmin.
I don't know why.
I'm a Brahmin. And
I don't know why he's abusing Brahmins.
And
terrible.
why you get so violent and the Pathikrit.
I can't hear what this person
I don't know, man. And Pathikrit is saying someone that shut up and you are barking like a dog. It's not the way to debate, Dr. Goswami. Let me tell you one thing. There are many loose ends in the statement given by the UP police. He is a terrorist. He was on the internet and he was reading the literature of AK-47, MI4, MI5.
To understand how lone wolf terror attacks operate.
Shall I speak or not?
Yeah, how do lone wolf terror attacks operate? One minute. I want to tell you, Ratnakar Tripathi. No. 1 minute. The fact is, all I want to say is, do not downplay lone wolf attacks. Okay? Let me tell you, the most dangerous form of terrorist attacks are lone wolf attacks. Which is why your party should.
And I'm your guest.
Yeah, of course. But I don't believe in Atiti Devo Bhava in my program.
UP police says
continue.
that he was practicing with an air gun.
Who was practicing with an air gun? Everyone is on the program. Everyone's laughing. I'm glad I'm making even Smita laugh tonight.
MI5 and AK-47, he will act accordingly.
The fact of the matter, Arnab, allow me to give me.
And he was fighting with a sickle.
Can I ask
and he is saying that yes, I'm related to
Okay,
that.
Charu wants to counter you. Charu wants to counter you.
He is not in his
Charu
mind,
wants to counter you, please.
So, Arnab, today evening, thank you.
Hey, you already
Arnab,
countered
today,
me. Why you are putting another
everybody
person to
sitting on
counter
your
me?
right side for this debate are people who have a problem with somebody simply saying Jai Shri Ram, but they don't have a problem with a lone wolf going and attacking a Hindu temple. That is how hypocrite they are.
Miss Charu
All
Lata,
these people will
Miss
come
Not
out
Charu
and
Lata, Charu Pragya.
The flag bearer of Jai Shri Ram.
What is going on tonight?
In the name of God.
Whatever she is, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. If you will say, I say Jai Shiva, I say Jai Kashi Vishwanath, Kashi Vishwanath Vijayate. Don't term as you are the lone contractor for the Hinduism. You have distorted it.
No. This is only.
Everybody has problem with saying Jai Shri Ram. Why will I have any problem in saying Jai Shri Ram, Dr. Goswami? And if I don't say Jai Shri Ram on a channel,
Arnab, do you
on your
I don't know, you should not have any problem. My counter going to, I'm trying to bring... I am
given the tender by
Arey bhai, now this is crazy.
Saying Allahu Akbar, but Allahu Akbar is not called as a war cry in the definition. That is Bichara person taking the name of God.
She cannot see in broader spectrum.
No, the thing is that you see, you people have a pattern now. I'm going to Smita now. No, please. I'm under pressure. We have limited time. I'm going to Smita now, and my question being, that you see, what is happening today, Smita, is a function of Sonia Gandhi weeping bitterly for Batla House terrorists of Asaduddin Owaisi, weeping for Yaqub Memon, saying the poor Yaqub Memon has been punished for his religion, right? Of the National Conference leader Mustafa Kamal saying Afzal Guru would have been let off if he was not a Muslim. You don't like me saying these things, no? Syed Sadabas, now you're thinking, Rahul Gandhi saying Muslim terror, Hindu terror. You don't like me saying these things, no? But this is the fact. No, I want to bring in Smita. She understands the point I'm making. Please, Smita, on the debate. Yeah.
Arnab, you've raised a couple of points, including the lone wolf attacks. Now, the point is that there can be no beating around the bush. No citizen of India or anywhere in the world is safe anymore. When it comes to fighting terrorism, there has to be everybody on the same page. There can't be any quibbling. Just 2 weeks or so ago, there was this Baloch woman suicide bomber.
Yes.
Who's an MSc in physics. I mean, she's an MSc in physics. She's married to a doctor. She's a mother of 2 children. And what did she do? She went and blew herself up, suicide bomber. She blew herself up because she was attacking the Chinese in Balochistan. So even the Chinese, who were agnostic to terror and were not facing facts that Pakistan is this breeding out ground of terrorism, they were like, we are not going to be touched by terrorism because we've got nothing to do with it. They were cracking down on Muslims in their own country. That's a different thing altogether. But they thought they are not going to be victims in other countries. But see what happened? Their own people got killed in Pakistan.
And where on the same front, can I make a point in agreement with you?
Who got radicalized in Pakistan. So if any country thinks or any person thinks that they are not going to be touched by terrorism and they can have separate points of view on terrorism, they got to think again.
So Smita ji, on the same front, I think we must agree when a BJP calls terror sympathizers and so on and so forth with Charu Pragya's combination, the terrorist is sad, terror sympathizers are worse. When BJP calls Mehbooba Mufti a terror sympathizer, isn't it a hypocrisy and duplicity of the BJP to form government with terror sympathizers?
Yes,
aren't they worst?
It is. No, it is. I'll tell you. You're asking me? Can I answer? Can I answer for a minute? Can I answer?
Yes.
Can I answer?
Yes.
1 minute.
Yes.
1 minute.
Yes.
1 minute.
Am I right or am I right?
Okay. So you are wrong. Completely wrong. Because I was.
No.
I'll tell you. How can you say you are right? I decide you are completely wrong because I was the one person who said that the BJP should never, ever, in their worst nightmares, tie up with a pro-Pakistan party. Like the PDP, yeah. So thank you for that.
Thumbs up.
No, so Sushil Pandit is on the debate. Fact is, you people should stop trying to communalize terror, right? This communalization of terror. No, this communalization
of terror, Arnab Goswami. No one on this show today
is more than communalizing.
In any way, not condemning. Everybody is condemning it. Be it Sushil Pandit or my friend Abhishek.
No, Sushil Pandit countering you.
One who does not condemn this.
No, people have different positions. People have different positions. People have different positions. People have different positions.
When you condemn, and in the other press, when you rationalize, the condemnation goes out of the window. This is
absolutely
hypocrisy.
not.
You want an example?
The sane mind or the right.
You want an example?
Speak from both corners of your mouth.
You want an example? You want an example? Abhishek, I'll counter you now. Abhishek, listen, you're lucky day.
Go ahead, Arnab.
Here's an example.
One religion, and Smita Prakash needs a lesson in geopolitics. We have consistently helped the Balochis. The Balochis have been friends of the Indian state. Right?
What do you mean? Are you saying India is behind a terrorist attack? Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? We never support terrorism. Please, how can you talk like this?
India in no way has supported the militarization and the terrorism of any Baloch. What are you talking?
Shame on you for saying that. Smita is countering you. Smita is furious.
You know nothing and you come and spout nonsense out here about geopolitics. You know nothing about geopolitics. Don't talk rubbish.
Let me tell you, you really squared off on the wrong one here. Smita is one of the country's best known diplomatic journalists. So you should be very careful. I think you went on the wrong foot there. My question is, Abhishek, just to make it your lucky day today, as you are fully aware, at one point of time, the Samajwadi Party had said that Simi is not a terrorist organization. The Samajwadi Party had said that Simi is not a terrorist organization. Mulayam Singh Yadav had said, Mulayam Singh Yadav made a case for Simi at that point of time. Shivpal Singh Yadav was making a case. They said there's not got any link to terrorism. 2006, am I right or wrong? Right or wrong?
The Prime Minister has made
Right or wrong?
member of parliament.
Right or wrong?
You have made a
When Simi's role in 2006 Mumbai train bombings was being looked at that point of time, what did Mulayam Singh Yadav say on Simi? Tell me, I can't hear you.
You are attacking
Tell me, I
Mahatma
can't hear you. I'm asking about Mulayam Singh Yadav's position on Simi in 2006. I can't hear you.
What do you mean Mulayam Singh Yadav's position?
What do you mean is what I mean. What I mean is what I asked.
What is the position? What is the, you want to go back to 2006?
Yes, I want to go back 2006.
With a terror accused being a
I have gone back 2006. Come back with me to 2006. Answer the question.
You know you're anti-Nehru. Are you
Answer the question.
Are you anti-Mahatma Gandhi?
No, one second. As far as Nehru is concerned, don't get me started. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you one thing. Don't get me started on Nehru. I have very strong views on that. Very strong views. You won't like it. Didn't answer my question. And ladies and gentlemen, that's been a fantastic weekend debate. And don't forget to come back 9 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen, on Monday. Till then, goodbye.